Hi, it's Rob Hall from RKH Business Advisory Services. And for those of you who are owning your own family business and trying to think about how you're going to preserve wealth when you transfer it out to another generation or perhaps sell it in its entirety, here's a great book for you called Every Family's Business. It's by Thomas Deans. Now, Thomas Deans is an expert in multi-generational wealth preservation, and in his book, he has a wealth blueprint of 12 questions that he says should be asked for family members and owners to get along and understand what the future looks like. A few of those questions are along the lines of, what does the future of the business look like in 5 years? Are you interested in buying stock or selling stock? And if a third-party bid comes along, what are we going to do about it? Now, you've worked hard for your nest egg. It's taking you 20 or 30 years. But knowing that about 70% of family businesses don't survive the first generation, what are you going to do to make sure that you're not one of those statistics? The answer seems to be in this book. Now, Mr. Dean's view of the world is that the biggest destroyer of wealth is silence, the lack of communication around those 3 questions we just asked and the other ones that are in the book. Now, he says, put those questions on the table and you've got a better chance of surviving. He gives speeches, and in those speeches, one of the postscripts he has in the book that relates to that is that in a room full of founders and children, there are many of those founders think that those children are going to buy the business from them, and there are many of those children who think that the business is going to be gifted to them. Based on those responses, those are 2 ships passing in the night, and with that, a potential disastrous end to the family business. Now, number 1 job in a family business is wealth creation. Number 2 is wealth preservation. So how are you going to do that? Well, first of all, you make sure that you got the right people in the right position. So you do not hire by DNA, you hire by skill. And when you're going to sell the business, you do not sell at a discount to a family member. You sell it at street value. Now, street value could be one financial measurement like EBITDA or book value, but there is a value that somebody will buy on the street for your business. That's how it's sold. Now, if you get a third-party unsolicited bid, family members would have a right to match that bid. However, it should be sold at the best price. In the book, it's a story, and the story is about 2 different companies that were for sale and sold. In one company, it goes through the 12 questions and how they preserved wealth by thinking about the sale way before the sale happened. In the second example, they did not do that, and obviously the outcome in the book is not as beneficial to the owners of that company. So based on that, get the book and get ahead of the game. The time is now, not at the time of the sale, to work out these material issues. The book isn't easy to read. It's a contrasting story of 2 different business owners that sold their company. One that thought it through, following the blueprint. The other one that didn't think it through and didn't have the same result as following a blueprint. They left a lot of money on the table in that example at the end of the day. Remember, the odds are against you in preserving your company and preserving your wealth. So start early. Add this to your advisor list or your reading list and move forward now. One of the things that jumped out at me in the book is risk. The example in the book can show how a company can go quickly from value to no value, or from a good equity position to a junk bond status, just by having things go sideways at the time of the sale. So again, get on it now. We would like to hear from you if you had any other perspectives on the book that jumped out at you. And until then, have a great day and have a great business.